It's that time of year where sales slow down and cash flow becomes king. Well, at least in some of the categories we sell.
Our strategy for the next few months is to spend less on stock and to sell through what we have.
Today's video, we're going to share with you how one minor change made us an extra $800 in sales over the weekend.
Before we get into that, let's pick some orders.
We had a bit of a slower weekend than we normally do in terms of volume, but we did have a couple sales that made us some very good money. So let's get into those orders.
First up, we sold this Warhammer Wood Elves book for $50. This bundle of 3 classical CDs went out the door for $119. Kylie Minogue Kiss Me Once shirt sold for $89.95. We have an R.M. Williams dress that sold for $50. This Undead Dungeons & Dragons sourcebook sold for $30. But Simpson Cake Tin sold for $27. We wouldn't do this again. A clearance Harley Davidson t-shirt is out the door for $20 plus post. If we're friends over on Instagram, you would have seen me grab this at Savers for $2 last week, sold in a matter of hours for $35. These Fisher Price Little People vehicles sold for $28 plus post. Battle Shield's blister pack was Brad's, but now he sold it for $28. This Crocodile Swamp Fever CD sold for $29. This Funko Batman computer sitter sold for $22 plus post. I can't believe that sold. Ariat women's boots sold for $89. Not everything R.M. Williams sells for good money. This plain polo shirt sold for $20. These First Wave comic books sold for $39.95. The Artist's Lunch sold for $34. Here's a good board game, Risk Mass Effect sold for $89.95 plus post. Here's an even better one, Robo Rally sold for $199.95. Another big one, these Bible encyclopedias sold for $249 plus international post. This was a fun one. Funshine Care Bear for $34.95. This Dark Horse Comics sculpture took a little while to sell, but it sold for $49.95. These cool pants sold really quick for $59.95. Our Paisley R.M. Williams shirt sold for $59.95. This itty bitty vintage Spider-Man sold for $30. R.M. Williams Ramco jeans sold for $59.95. And this Fotar Auto Flash sold for $35. This Thomas Cook drill shirt sold for $40. Someone's gonna do some work. Another pair of Ramcos, another $59. This Criterion DVD Love Streams sold for $49. This big bundle of Gen 13 comics sold for $74.95. I listed this Sesame Street Baby Play Gym for $90, but I accepted $65 plus post. Daniel just listed this PS2 Fat console with some accessories and games, and it sold real quick for $179.95. Didn't even put it away yet. We sold some R.M. Williams shorts for $45. London Olympics Adidas hat sold for $39.95. Another bundle of classical CDs sold for $155. Going rate for a little baggie of Star Wars figures is $40. 2 wrestling VHS sold for $44 plus post. Trigger warning, deplorable cartoons sold for $79.95. Another R.M. Williams ladies shirt out the door for $55. This one needs a little steam.
And this is one of the items we want to talk to you about.
If you've been hanging out with us for a while, you might remember when we listed this whole set of Folio Society fairy books, all of them together, for like $7,000.
Well, there just wasn't a buyer out there that wanted to spend $7,000 all in one hit.
But being that we're having a low spend January, Daniel took that listing down and he listed them all individually with new photos, and 2 of them already sold over the weekend. The red fairy book sold for $150. And the yellow fairy has sold for $200. And those weren't the only successes that we had with relisting our high-end items. Ainsley Roberts' reproduction of Boatman of the Dead sold for $449 plus post. Not only an awesome sale, but our first piece of art. While we knew that January is usually slower for us, our strategy to reprice our higher end items is totally paying off. We hope January's not kicking you in the ass, and we will see you on the next one.